the Evergreen Media Network Studios, brought to you by Evergreen Media, creating cohesive marketing campaigns. Evergreen Media in Vero Beach.
Treasure Coast Connector, connecting residents and businesses of the Treasure Coast. And here's your host, Ellen Contreras.
Welcome to Treasure Coast Connector. I'm your host, Ellen Contreras. Treasure Coast Connector is the talk show and online community where we put a spotlight on interesting local businesses and resources, then connect them to you, the consumers in the community. Everyone has an interesting story of why they do what they do. When we learn about what's happening in our own backyard and support local businesses, it strengthens our local economy. For details on the show, links to discounts, promos, past interviews, check out www.tcconnector.com. So when we think about our golden years, we want to make sure that it is filled with fun and good times, and there is a community here that makes that a priority. Joining me in the studio for a second time is Rhonda Hamilton, and she is the marketing director for the Promenade located in Sebastian, and joining her is Michelle Rackard, and she is the Memory Care Director. And the Promenade is a beautiful, independent, assisted living and memory care community. They're here to talk about all that they have to offer the seniors who are fortunate enough to live there. So welcome to the show, ladies.
Thank you.
Yay! I'm so happy to have you guys here.
We're happy to be here.
Oh, yes. And of course, you know, you had so much fun. You were like, when can I come back? I'm like, anytime you want.
Absolutely.
Yeah, because I love where you are and all that you offer. I've taken the tour. I'm a fan. If my mother were still around, I'd move her right in there. Okay, but before we talk about the Promenade, I'd love for you two ladies to just share why you love working with seniors and doing the work that you do. We're going to start with you, Michelle.
Well, I've been in this industry for about 13 years. I started from high school. I graduated with my CNA from Sebastian River High School. So I started in skilled nursing. And from skilled nursing, I just worked my way up to independent and assisted living. My job is no longer a job for me. It's something that I love to do. So it's really easy. Mm-hmm. It's just
your passion.
It's my passion, you know.
Yeah.
I love what I do. Mm-hmm. I love taking care of the geriatrics.
Yeah, and memory care is definitely not an easy area. So you have the patience of Job. I could just tell by your demeanor, Michelle, the little bit that we were speaking. She was just very calmly waiting, you know, for this show to start and everything. I could just tell. Lots of patience.
She's the heart of our memory care, actually.
Yeah. Well, you're the director. And so now, how about you? What made you want to work with seniors?
Oh gosh, well, it was kind of an accidental thing, if you would. Before I just worked for this community, I actually did digital advertising, and I was working from home, and I was actually calling on other, director of marketings in the senior living space, and I was trying to basically sell them on what I firmly believe is, you know, an digital advertising package. Mm-hmm. And I found after talking to them day after day after day, they sounded like they were happy, having fun, and enjoyed what they were doing. It was kind of interesting because I decided that I didn't want to work at home anymore. I wanted to get out of the house. Mm-hmm. So I was reviewing some job opportunities on Indeed and came across a director of marketing for a senior living community literally down the road from my house. And I said, you know what? I definitely have, maybe not have the industry knowledge, but I definitely have the experience in sales and marketing to pull this off. Let me take a stab at it. So I went in and I applied and got an interview, and it was a 4 interview step situation, but nevertheless, they felt strongly in my skill set that I was a marketer, digitally especially, and they took a stab and decided to go with me, and so everything's in the
You're
rearview
there
mirror from
ever
there.
since. And it's
Absolutely
lovely. And I am so happy that I met you networking. And you said, you have to come and take a tour. And I walked in. And as soon as you walk in, I just stopped and I looked around.
Beautiful.
Because it really was pretty. And you have like an internal courtyard area. And a lot of people think when they think of independent and assisted living, and especially memory care, that people are just sitting around playing cards all day or watching TV and nothing really is happening.
Yeah, that's a stigma.
That is old school thinking. So that is not now. So there's a lot of vibrancy. There's a lot of layers because it's vibrant, it's happy, it's active, but it's also peaceful and restful. So before we talk about, all like the programs, just give an overview of the Promenade and what people can expect.
Well, when you enter our front doors, it's actually absolutely breathtaking. It's a lot of natural light in the building. You're actually looking straight out at our main courtyard, which is lush, landscaped. We actually have a plethora of different amenities that are in the building, anywhere from a movie theater to activities rooms. We have a beautiful dining area, a beautiful bistro. I mean, the building just shows itself. I mean, we just turned 3 years new in August, so we are new.
Yeah, I mean, it is a new building, and that's very evident. However, because there's so many people living there and working there, there's a lot of wear and tear that a building like that goes through. And sometimes if things aren't made properly or designed or thought out properly, you can see the wear and tear pretty quickly, and not at your place at all.
Yeah.
Everything that was installed there is very high-end, high-quality materials.
Yeah, it definitely is. And we actually have an amazing maintenance crew that keep up on all of that so that we can continue the beautiful look of the building.
Yeah, and how about memory care within that section of the building?
So memory care has a beautiful courtyard as well.
And it's outside.
And
people are shocked by that.
Oh,
It's
yeah.
outside. We have a beautiful courtyard with garden boxes. We have a grill in the courtyard as well. Nice table seatings. It's beautiful. We have our own private salon in the memory care as well.
Okay.
Spa room as well in memory.
Yeah, because what you want for them to understand is even though they're obviously in different stages of memory loss, they're still human beings that, still are responding well to music and art and all sorts of programs. So enrichment is still an important thing. Yeah, and we're definitely going to get into that in a little bit. I want to talk about the food. Let's dish. Love my puns. Let's dish on the food because you are very good at doing events, not only for the residents, but for people on the outside wanting to come in for different things. Chef Mike was supposed to be sitting there.
Yes, he was.
But it's the holidays.
It is.
He's a little busy.
He's slammed.
But let's brag about Chef Mike.
Absolutely. Because he certainly won't brag about himself. That's one thing.
Yeah, and he's an award-winning chef.
He is actually in many facets. So we actually are the only community in Sebastian that won the Meal and Dining Award for 2023. And that's amazing in itself, but we've also won local awards from the Chamber of Commerce for best food. So his food speaks for itself. He puts his heart and soul into it. They're nutritious, balanced meals, but they're delicious. And that kind of separates us. Typically, if I have, families touring communities in the area, and I do get them in to, have a lunch tour and lunch complimentary on the Promenade. Once they try the food, they just drop on our side of the fence because it's that good.
It's like, and everything, it's like a restaurant. So the dining room looks like a restaurant. The meals are prepared and plated as if they were in a restaurant.
Yes.
And then the last time I was there for an event for your new nursing director, Kaylee, is that?
Yes,
okay.
Kaylee.
So then, I should have taken pictures. I looked like I walked in the bistro. It looked like somebody's birthday party. The buffet was stunningly beautiful.
Yeah, it's not all about that, but it's also about, deliciousness.
Yeah.
And we actually, we offer 2 specials every day for lunch and 2 specials every day for dinner. But I think also what separates us is that we have an all-day dining menu, and it's got a variety of delicious courses on the menu. And if you're just not in the mood, or basically even the families that come, want to take advantage of anything that we have on our all-day menu, they can dine all day and choose from that menu.
And a resident, the last time I was there, had a craving for bang bang shrimp.
Oh God, yeah, I remember
so
that.
not only did he make it for him, but then he gave you some, and then I think I was like drooling a little, so he came and gave me some.
Yes, he did.
Well,
that's what he does too. Is when a new resident comes in, we gather a lot of information on them person to person. So this is This is a very personal, decision. So he dives in and finds out what their, loves are, what they love, what they don't like, and he kind of tailors that to each, resident, and that's how personal we dive deep into to make, a pleasurable experience for our residents.
And that's why, with this particular show, I was saying to talk about the overall effects and feel, because when people are getting older, sometimes they don't want to travel the world and be adventurous. They want to stay home and they want to enjoy their home, so they can be as active within the community or retreat into their own living space. Right. But then the food, they're never bored, because it's always that you're always changing things up. And so that's another thing I wanted to stress about what makes the Promenade different, is the fact that you are putting that emphasis on really good food.
Oh yeah.
It's a good thing you have a gym.
Yeah, and actually, probably jumping the gun on funny stories, but funny story about us is that we actually participated in Grill Out Night. I guess it was over the summertime.
Yeah, the Chamber of Commerce.
Yes, in Sebastian. And we won the foodie award, which is amazing. And I had then people calling from the public asking if they could book reservations to our dining room to have a meal. And, I would have to, kind of field those calls and say, well, do you have a loved one that lives here? Because we're really not open to the public, but we do accommodate family and friends of our residents.
Very nice.
That was just a touche to how amazing his food is.
Well, you're not off the hook, because in the second half, I am going to ask you a funny story. So you got to think about that. But we are going to take a break. But before we take a break, for the people that are listening on the radio and the podcasts, what is your website, your phone number, your address?
So our website is www.promenadesl.com for senior living.
Okay.
And what was the other question?
The phone number and the physical address.
Okay, so the marketing phone number is area code 321-213-1727. And then our address is 10731 US Highway 1.
10730.
Oh, my bad.
Okay, that's okay.
So US Highway 1, and we're I would say in the intersection of Schumann and...
Yeah, and you're on the east side of US 1. So very good. And with that, we're going to take a break before Cindy makes me take a break. We have a lot more to discuss, so stay tuned. We'll be right back.
Right now at Sunshine Furniture, it's holiday sale time, so you can save up to 50% on selected groups of indoor and outdoor furniture from Lloyd Flanders, Telescope, Windward, Capri, Seawinds, Universal, and lots more. Sofas, love seats, dining sets, patio groups, occasional chairs, bedroom sets, all on sale just in time to make Santa say ho, ho, ho. Also, all pictures, lamps, and accessories are half off. And don't forget to visit our outlet and sales store just across the street from our main location for lots of great holiday bargains. Sunshine Furniture, 1295 US 1 in the Publix Plaza next to Planet Fitness in Vero Beach. Visit our website at sunshinefurniturecasual.com.
Sunshine Furniture brightens up your day. Sunshine Furniture, the best in every way. Ooh, have a sunshine day. Sunshine Furniture.
Sure, they were born in Jersey, but they were made in America. Attitude and a sound like no other. Jersey Boys Boys is the international musical phenomenon that takes you behind the scenes and behind the music of Frankie Valli and the Four Seasons.
I'll go on living and keep on forgiving because...
Who knew four guys from New Jersey would turn the world upside down with a unique sound that nobody had heard, but radio couldn't get enough of? Over 10 years on Broadway, winner of 4 Tony Awards with worldwide performances. It's the award-winning musical of Frankie Valli and the Four Seasons, featuring over 15 of their certified gold songs, and you know them all. Jersey Boys opens January 2nd at Vero's magnificent Riverside Theater, but you don't have to wait. Get your best tickets now at the box office or riversidetheater.com.
Welcome back to Treasure Coast Connector. I'm your host, Ellen Contreras, and I've been chatting with Michelle Rackard and Rhonda Hamilton. Michelle Rackard is the Memory Care Director, and Rhonda is the Marketing Director for the Promenade Independent Senior and Independent, Assisted, and Memory Care Community. I got to get that right. And so we were talking about like how amazing the food is, how beautiful the building is, and all of the different things that are available. And then during the break, you know, I kind of asked about like what are the living options and waiting lists. So Michelle, you preside over memory care. Yes. Okay. So, and these are these just like one bedroom units or
Yes.
like a studio or
1 bedroom units and a bathroom.
okay, yeah, so they have a private bathroom and
Yes.
all of that. And waiting list, is there one?
Yes, there is a waiting list.
But there wasn't
So
initially. What happened there?
when Rhonda first came to the building, I probably had maybe 12 residents in memory care. I got pulled her to the side and I said, Rhonda, fill me up. Keep me full.
Yeah.
And she has.
I remember
I
that day.
currently have a waiting list for memory care right now.
Yeah, and that's wonderful because that does speak volumes as to the, you know, what you have to offer and the care that you give and all of that. So that is good. And then on the independent and assisted side, what are the units like, and if there's a waiting list there as well?
Well, we offer 2 floor plans for our 1 bedrooms, and we actually offer a 2 bedroom as well. So our independent and our assisted are combined. And what we do is we believe in the, well, it's an age and place theory, really.
Yeah.
So what happens is come in independent, and if you feel like, you know, down the line your needs change and you need some assistance, that's when we assign a level of care. So with that being said, our 2 bedrooms are full at this point, but we'll always try to accommodate. Some families actually want to come in. They don't want to, like you were saying on the break, don't want to have basically, you know, in the same bedroom. So what they'll do is they'll actually, a husband and wife will take a different apartment, 1 bedroom apartment. Oh, okay. So there's so many different combinations that you can think of. And we do our best, of course, to accommodate all.
Okay, very good. So you have the 1 bedrooms. There's a waiting list, or is it
There's
the 2?
no waiting list on the 1 bedrooms.
Okay.
We have a few options available.
Okay, but then the 2 bedrooms
The 2
right
bedrooms
now
we do
are a waiting list. Okay, but that's fine. But you'll take people on your waiting list, will you
Oh,
not?
absolutely. Yeah,
Okay.
for sure.
All right, very good. All right, and then so now when it comes to the memory care, I mean, obviously, when anybody transitions into a senior community, there is a transition, and when we spoke about that, and you know, for the independent and the assisted side, but memory care, what do you do to help the senior, like moving in? That's part one. And then the other part is, how do you work with the families that are also maybe have concerns and questions? And
So our memory care is called the Treasure Cove. We call it the Treasure Cove. Some families have a stigma on memory care.
okay,
You know, but we call our memory care
Treasure Cove.
So
Nice.
With some residents who move over from assisted living to memory care to Treasure Cove, the transition could be a little difficult, but it has turned out to have some incredible results. You know, some residents from the assisted living side, they didn't engage in activities or come out of their rooms and things like that, but move over to memory care and they blossom.
Oh yeah.
They just blossom.
Nice.
We go off of a Montessori method, which helps the residents establish as much independence as possible. It's like a little small community over in Treasure Cove. We have jobs, you know, some residents are folding the napkins for dinner. Some residents are helping clean in the kitchen with the broom and a mop. Residents are helping gather other residents to come to activities.
Oh,
you
nice.
know, the Montessori method is to help the residents engage, to give them social activity, to help them feel as confident as possible.
Yeah.
You know,
With a sense of purpose, almost.
exactly.
I like that.
exactly. To help them establish.
Yeah.
a sense of purpose,
That
help
is
them
really nice.
get as much independence as possible.
So do you have like a cute little story about, you know, any obviously we don't have to mention residents by name or whatever, but anything that made you laugh that just took you by
I
surprise?
always have stories from Treasure Cove. One of our residents moved over from AL. He's married. His wife was not in the facility. He moved over to Treasure Cove. He introduced his wife to his girlfriend the second day.
Okay.
This is a true
Alrighty
story.
then.
Introduced his wife to his girlfriend the second day. She was a little confused at first, but once sitting down with us and having, you know, the conversation and just helping her understand that at this point right now you have to meet him where he's at, you know?
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
she left happy. She left knowing that he has a piece of happiness
Of course.
at Treasure Cove while she's away.
Yeah.
That story just, it brings me chills. You know, it's
That's the
story.
passion.
That's the funny.
Yeah.
That's a
That
funny
is very
story of
cute. And how about for you?
Mine is
Anything?
kind of similar, actually. We're working with a family to get a wonderful lady into our community, and she, even though it's beautiful and it's definitely the stigma of, you know, old age, not old age home. This is a
Right.
beautiful, thriving, you know, independent and assisted community. And so she did not want to have any parts of it. She did not want to do it. And her family, you know, bringing her in with POA, and we are month to month. So people that are there want to be there. So when she came over, she was explained by the family, we're going to try this for 3 months. We're just going to do 3 months. So everybody agreed, and we brought her in for 3 months. And the first couple of days, she was, you know, looking at her watch.
Yeah.
You know, how much time has passed by? What day is it? You know, I'm only going to be here 3 months. Only going to be here 3 months. And within those 3 months, she actually met a gentleman companion. And I said, you know, you're not worrying about the clock anymore. You're wearing makeup. Like, you're, you know, going on outings with this, you know, companion. What's going on? I said, do you like it? I'm not leaving.
Good for her.
So that was an amazing story.
That is. Oh, she's only 2 minutes left. It goes fast. I'm telling you, Michelle. Okay, so now what I want people to know again in the second half is the phone number, the address, and the website. We're going to give that to you, Michelle.
So the address to the building is 10730 U.S. Highway 1, Sebastian. Our phone number to the facility is 772-918-4927.
Mm-hmm.
And then
the website.
And the website is www.promenade.com
for senior living. Okay, very good. And then very quickly, you also have people that come in from the outside for events. So you're looking for speakers of all kinds.
Absolutely.
For entertainment and education. She's only giving me
Well, I'll
60
jump
more
in and answer that really
seconds.
quick.
Okay, 30 seconds.
Okay, 30 seconds. So we actually do have a program going on right now at the Promenade. It's called Speaker Series. And this is for outside people who would benefit the community, our residents. They get to have a little time with them. I think it's about 45 minutes to basically explain do what they do on the outside, whether it be an elder lawyer, whether it be an insurance company.
I know people.
Yes, absolutely.
But I'm going to tell you after, but we literally have just a few seconds, right?
Absolutely.
So what I want people to know is that they can get in touch with you
Please do.
for the speaker series and other ideas that they have for events.
Absolutely.
Okay, very good. Food is involved too, which I love.
Yes.
And very quickly, thank you both very much for being on this show and sharing all of this information with the community. My name is Ellen Contreras. I'm the host of Treasure Coast Connector, and until next week, I miss you already.
Oh.